Hello, everybody. It's time once again for 2016 Minnesota Twins baseball using Strat Advance. Today is game 91 where the Minnesota Twins host the Cleveland Indians. Tonight's pitching matchup for your home team Minnesota Twins will be Kyle Gibson, and for the visiting Cleveland Indians, Josh Tomlin. And we'll just go ahead and get started and announce the lineups as they come. And leading off in the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. 5'10", that's a catcher X. And Kurt Suzuki is a 4. And a 15, I believe that is in range. It is, since there's nobody on, it'll just be a foul out. And let me put the innings markers on here too while we're on. Should have had that done before the game, but okay. And now batting Jason Kipnis, the second baseman. 3-6, and that's strike 3. Goes down swinging. Okay. And now batting the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. 3-11, and that's a ground ball to second. Picks it up, throws it to first, and the Indians go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. And we go to the bottom half of the first. The Indians nothing, and the Twins coming to bat. All right, and leading off and playing third base is Eduardo Nunez. 2-7, that's a base hit up the middle. Now Gomes has a -2. He's an ace stealer, so he'd be 1-11. They'll hold him on. Maybe they'll do it with 2 outs, but we'll see. Here's Robbie Grossman. They'll hold him on. 2-7. Single to 19. That's an 8. That's a base hit. And the Twins have runners on first and second with nobody out. And here is Kenny Vargas, the first baseman, sorry. Grossman is our designated hitter today. And here's Kenny Vargas. 6-3 against the lefty. That's a ground ball to the first baseman, Mike Napoli. He throws it to the shortstop, Lindor. The return throw is not in time. The runner Nunez moves to third on the fielder's choice, and the Twins have runners on first and third with 1 out. And the Indians will play the infield back in the first inning, hoping for a double play ball this time from the second baseman, Brian Dozier. 1-6, and this will get a run home one way or another, either by a triple or a sac fly. And that is a deep fly ball to center field. Naquin corrals it, but it's deep enough to score Eduardo Nunez, and the Twins get out to a 1-0 lead. He gets high fives all around in the dugout. And now batting with 2 outs, here is the right fielder, Max Kepler. 5-9. That's a fly ball to the right fielder, Lonnie Chisenhall, and that is caught. That's the end of the bottom of the first. However, the Twins draw first blood and go up by a 1-0 score. All right. And Kyle Gibson, Josh Gibson, Negro League player, he will face the first baseman, Mike Napoli. 4-6, and Napoli's patient and draws ball 4. And they will not hold him on. And here is the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. 5-8. Against the lefty, he has a small chance, 1-3. And that's a 12. That's a ground ball to the first baseman, Vargas. Throws the second for 1, and they will only get the 1 out, as it was a slow developing play. And that puts Ramirez on. The Indians will not waste any time with 1 out, though they will send him. He will be 1-15 because Suzuki's a +2. And that is a 7. And that is a stolen base for Jose Ramirez. And Lonnie Chisenhall, the right fielder, will bat with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. 6-5. That goes to the shortstop. That is Eduardo Escobar. He's a 3 and a 15. That should be a good play. And it is. That's a ground ball B, but that would not advance the runner from second. So here comes Tyler Naquin up the center fielder with 2 outs, trying to get that run home from second base. For 8, and not guaranteed. They were holding him on. Base hit up the middle. Ramirez hits third. The third base coach says, who's the center fielder? That is Danny Santana. He's got a 0 arm. So 1-16, but there's 2 outs. So 1-18. They'll wave him in and they will not throw home. Actually, 2 outs, they'll throw home. It's only let's see, it's 1-18. I shouldn't have bothered, but okay, sure. Had to at least try. So Tyler Naquin with the big 2-out hit. And that brings up Abraham Almonte, who was suspended for the first half of the 2016 season for PED usage and did not get to compete in the playoffs. But here he is playing left field today. And we roll. That's a foul ball. He got stuck in a little crook there. 6-6 against a lefty. That's a ground ball to the second baseman. Dozier picks it up, throws it to Vargas, and that ends the top half of the second, but the Indians draw even on the 2-out hit by Tyler Naquin. We go to the bottom half of the second, and it is 1-1. All right, and Tomlin will face the left fielder, Eddie Rosario. 6-11, pitcher X. Tomlin is a 2, but he's an E24, so this better be a top 3, bottom 3. Nope. E24 for a pitcher means he has to roll an 8-10 or a 12. Ooh, that could have been close if it was a 2, but it's not. Tomlin bobbles it and does not make a play. Error on Tomlin. And Rosario is on. They will not hold him on. Here is, because he would be, he'd be 1-9 anyway without holding him on. Okay, so here is Eduardo Escobar. 3-11. Ground ball hit in the hole. Napoli makes a nice stop. His only play is to go to the pitcher covering. And that's a first out, and Rosario moves to second. That's the first out of the inning. Here is Kurt Suzuki. 5-6. Ooh, fly ball to right field. That's caught by Chisenhall. Right on the warning track. And here is Danny Santana with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. 2-4, that's not going to get it done. That's a ground ball to Lindor. Throws it over to Napoli. And that ends the bottom half of the second inning, and the score remains tied at 1. All right, here's Kyle Gibson facing the catcher, Yan Gomes. For 7, single to 4. That is a 7, and that won't get the job done. That's a ground ball to the third baseman. And Nunez picks it up, throws it over to Vargas. And we go back to the top of the order, and Carlos Santana, who fouled out to the catcher his last time up. For 7, lefty, that's a base hit up the middle. So solid single by Santana, and he's on first with 1 out. That brings up Jason Kipnis, who struck out his last time up. 2-8, and Kipnis gets a hold of one. 45% home run chance, double the rest. They weren't holding Santana on. That's a double. And 12. Santana's our center fielder with a 0 arm, or 14. we'll let the middle of the order. They'll put up the stop sign for Santana. With 2 outs, we would have sent him, but not with 1 out. So here comes Francisco Lindor. 5-8. And against the lefty, that's a 15% single chance. And he got it. That's a 3. It's the single to 3 against the lefty. So Lindor, not having to depend on a ground ball, says, I'll take care of this myself. Base hit, that puts runners on first and third. And the Indians take a 2-1 lead. And here is Mike Napoli. 1-3. And that's a shot to the gap. Can they cut it off? No, they cannot. In fact, Napoli rips one to the gap. That's Kipnis around third. He will score. Lindor to third. Will they send him home? They were technically not holding him on, but they probably were. 1-14. They will put up the stop sign again. They'll kind of just let the wheels keep on turning. And here is Jose Ramirez with runners on second and third. Wow, I wish I could get this clipboard to stay in place. 3-6, and good thing they did hold them. Ramirez rips a single to center. In from third is Lindor. Napoli rounds third. He heads home. And the Indians have a 4-run inning and lead 5-1. And wow, this is kind of the worst case scenario for the Twins here. We're going to get Ryan Presley loosening in the pen. Maybe get to stop this bleeding. And here's Lonnie Chisenhall with a runner on first and 1 out. 1-11, base hit. Ramirez will stop at second. Actually, no, he won't. To left field, Rosario's on -1. We're holding him on. So 1-15, and they'll just kind of stop with 1 out. And here is Tyler Naquin. 3-4, and as if it can't get any worse, Tyler Naquin rips one high, deep, and over that large right field wall, and that is a 3-run home run for Tyler Naquin. Oops. And the Indians have put up 7 runs here in the second inning. And they are going in. Paul Molitor comes to the mound, says, Kyle, you didn't have it today. We're going to take you out and hopefully let the bullpen try not to handle too hard. Looks like this might be a day where I might have a position player come to pitch, but we'll see. All right, so here is Ryan Presley to come in the game here in the top half of the third inning. One 9, and the hits just keep on coming for the Tribe. 35% double chance, and that's what happens. Abraham Almonte rips a double, and the Indians are making mincemeat. And here's the guy who made the first out of the inning, Yan Gomes. So the Indians have batted around here in the second. 5-3. And Yan Gomes has just hit a home run. And the Indians they put up 9 spots. They put a 9 spot in this inning and now lead 10-1. Good gravy. And Presley is the one away from being tired. And we'll probably just leave him in. Sorry, kid. You got to eat up some innings. 4-9 against the lefty. And that's a walk. Sorry, I'm just... Wow. And here is Jason Kipnis, and we're going to get Neil Ramirez loosening in the pen. We might give him a couple of... No, well, actually, we're going to have Neil Ramirez and Fernando Abad loosening in the pen. I think we're going to bring in Abad if stuff happens. There is one man out and a runner on first, and here's Jason Kipnis. He doubled his last time up. 4-11, that goes to the left. Oh, that was a 4. 11 goes to the left fielder. That's Rosario. He's a 3. Ooh, thankfully that didn't roll over. That is a fly ball that is caught by Rosario, and a Bronx cheer coming up from the Twins faithful that just saw them get their first out in 10 batters. And here is Francisco Lindor. 6-10. That goes to the third baseman. That's Nunez. He's a 3. And a 5. I don't think he's going to get that. Oh, he will. Nice diving stop by Nunez. Throws it over, and he gets him by a whisker. So the Indians' third inning finally comes to an end. They send 13 men to the plate and score 9 runs. And they lead going into the bottom of the third, 10-1. And here's Josh Tomlin to face the top of the order. Now, this game ain't over. Josh Tomlin's been known to be gopher ball central here. So, hold your breath, guys. This could still be entertaining. 6-10. That's to the shortstop. And that's not a place you want to hit it, because Francisco Lindor is there. 1-4. That's in range. Yes, it is. So, picked on the wrong guy. Hits one to Lindor. Ranges over. Makes the play. 1 away. Here is Robbie Grossman. 5-5 against the lefty. Against the righty. Or he's facing a lefty. Yeah, essentially this is 1-19 home run. That's a 12. And Robbie Grossman, little pride check here. He takes Tomlin deep over that right center field wall, and it goes over the wall for a solo home run. And it is now 10-2 Twins. And here is Kenny Vargas. 6-7. Well, against the lefty. Okay, so that's a 20% double chance. Doesn't get it. Fly ball to Naquin in center field. That's 2 away. And here is the second baseman, Brian Dozier, who hit a sacrifice fly for the Twins' first run. 2-5, and that's a base hit. So Dozier on with 2 outs, and they will hold him on even with a 10-2 lead. 4-10 against the lefty. That's a fly ball to Naquin. He ranges over, makes the play. And that's it for the bottom of the third. The Twins had a run. However, they still trail 10-2. And Presley will not make it out for the fourth. We'll have Fernando Abad pitch the fourth inning. Oops. And they'll face Napoli, Ramirez, and Chisenhall. So let me put the... .212 against the lefty. That's a line out, hard line out to the shortstop. And that's Escobar takes care of that for the first out. And here is Jose Ramirez. 3-6 against the lefty, and that's a base hit up the middle. So Jose Ramirez 2 for 3 on the day. And here is Lonnie Chisenhall. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the second inning. 5-6, and ground ball to Vargas onto Escobar, over to Abad covering, and that's 2. And the Twins get out of the inning. And we go to the bottom half of the fourth with the Indians comfortably ahead, 10-2. And here is Eddie Rosario leading off the bottom of the fourth. He reached on a Josh Tomlin error in the second inning. 1-4, and that's a ground ball to Kipnis. Ranges over, makes the play, and makes the play to first. That's one away here in the bottom of the fourth, and here is Eduardo Escobar. 4-5 against the lefty. That's another ground ball to Kipnis. This one a little easier, and that's 2 away. And here is Kurt Suzuki, the catcher. 4-6, and that's a base hit for Suzuki. So Twins have a runner on with 2 outs, and here's Danny Santana. 1-11. And that's another ground ball to Kipnis. So Kipnis gets an assist on all 3 outs in the bottom of the fourth. And we go to the top half of the fifth with the score still the Indians 10 and the Twins 2. And Abad will not pitch the 5th inning. We will have Trevor May come in and... yeah, we'll have Trevor May come in. We'll save maybe our longer guys for the later. All right, so May will face. So May will face Naquin, righty-lefty matchup. 6-6, and that's a strikeout for May. And here is Almonte. 6-8. That is to Dozier. Whoops. 14. Good play. And here is Yan Gomes. 4-9. And Yan Gomes has taken May deep, and oh, that little last rollover means it goes over the wall. And Yan Gomes has just hit his 2nd home run of the game. He homered in that 2nd inning, and he gives the Indians a 11-2 lead. And here is Carlos Santana. 4-9 against against the lefty. It's not automatic, but it's 1-8, and that's a 17. So that's a deep fly ball to right field, and the Indians do get a run here in the top half of the 5th, and they lead going into the bottom of the 5th, 11-2. May probably will stay out for the 5th because I'm kind of burning folks here. Tomlin will come out for the 5th. And probably until he gets weak. All right, so here is Eduardo Nunez. 3-5. That is a 10% triple chance. Nope, that's a base hit, though. And the Twins get the leadoff runner on, and it's the bottom half of the 5th. And here is Robbie Grossman. 6-11. That's to the pitcher. Tomlin's a 2. Nope. And like I said, E24 means he's got to get a 8-10. No! Just missed. So that is another error on Tomlin. Boy, he's not fielding his position well. Oops. And runners are on 1st and 2nd. And here's Kenny Vargas with 2 on and nobody out. 6-5 against the lefty. That's a fly ball to left. That's taken care of by Almonte. And here is Brian Dozier. 1-4, and that's ball 4 to Dozier, and that's not exactly what the doctor ordered here, so The Twins load the bases with 1 out. They'll play the infield back. And here's Max Kepler. 3-10. Oof. Wow, the Twins almost had a grand slam there, potential grand slam. Fly ball to left. Nunez will be a 1-2. 1 to 15 because they'll add the 2 and then subtract it, so that neutralizes that. 1 to 15, they'll send him. Here's the throw by Almonte, and not in time. So a sacrifice fly by Max Kepler makes it an 11-3 ball game. And here is Eddie Rosario. 1-8. That's a ground ball to Lindor. Throws it over to Napoli. And that ends the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Twins add a run. And after 5 complete, it is the Indians 11 and the Twins 3. All right, Trevor May will continue. We need somebody to eat an inning or so here. So we'll try to at least get him a couple more outs. Now, he only has 1 hit against him for a point of weakness. So, and Jason Kipnis is up to bat. So, May against the lefty, lefty against the righty. May, 1-10. That's a ground ball to Dozier over to first, and that's 1 away. And here is Francisco Lindor. 1 for 3 on the day. How about make that 1 for 4? May gets another easy ground ball to Dozier, and that's 2 away. And here's Mike Napoli. For 5, that is to Escobar. He's a 3. And that's a no play. 6, 4, and a 6. Or 3 and a 6, I should say. 3 and a 6. Good enough. Escobar ranges over, knocks it down, throws to first, and that ends the top half of the 6th inning. A 1-2-3 inning by May, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Twins. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th. The score is still the Indians 11 and the Twins 3. Sorry if I said 2 earlier. Here is Eduardo Escobar, and this is Tomlin's point of weakness inning. 3-7, that's a base hit for Escobar. So the Indians will get the bullpen up and running. Brian Shaw will be loosening in the Indians' pen. Three. That's a high pop to foul territory behind home plate. Gomes throws off the mask, and that's 1 away. And here is Danny Santana. 3-6, and Danny Santana gets a hold of 1. That ball is gone. So Danny Santana rips a home run, and that makes it an 11-5 ball game. And are they going to take him out? Not, well, 5 runs and 5 1/3? Yes, they are. Actually, they're not going to go to Brian Shaw. They are going to go to Tommy Hunter. To try to stop the bleeding here, I guess you could say. So okay, and with 1 out and back to the top of the order here, and this is Eduardo Nunez against Tommy Hunter, so righty-righty matchup. 6-9, and that's not helping matters. That's a 15, but that's a base hit for Eduardo Nunez off Tommy Hunter. And here is Robbie Grossman. 1-5, and that's a walk. So the Twins are trying to get back into this. Like I said, it's not over. And it's an 11-5 ball game, and the Twins have 2 runners on for Kenny Vargas. And the Indians will get Brian Shaw loosening in the pen. 2-6. That's strike 3. Swing and a miss. And here is Brian Dozier. 5-3. That's to the left fielder. That's Almonte. He's a 2. And a 14. Is that going to be in range? Just barely. But it is caught by Almonte for the 3rd out. And the Indians give up 2 after the home run by Danny Santana. And this is a little bit of a closer game. It's the Twins can sort of see the light here. The top half of the 7th, it is 11-5 Indians. And May will not be called upon, although he did go 2 innings of only giving up 1 run. And not against lefties. So Taylor Rogers will come into the game to face Ramirez, Chisenhall, and Naquin. Okay. Rogers. Okay. All right. So Brian Shaw is loosening up. He will pitch the top half of the, or bottom half of the 7th inning, I should say. Here is Rogers against Ramirez. So Ramirez batting righty against the lefty. 3-11. That's a ground ball right at Nunez. He throws it to first for the 1st out. And here is Lonnie Chisenhall. 5-8 against the lefty. That's ground ball right to Dozier. And he throws it over to first, and that's 2 away. And here is Tyler Naquin. He is 2 for 3 on the day with a home run. And that hidden one's a 5, so 5-4. That's a play for the catcher, Suzuki. 13. And there's nobody on, so the ball gets away, but doesn't matter. The next pitch is popped up into foul territory. Suzuki throws off the mask and squeezes it for the 3rd out. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. And the Twins fans feeling a little frisky here. Maybe not, but hey, well, when an 11-5 game, we'll say they're having some fun. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back for it's root for the Twins. They don't win, it's a shame. Where it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out the old ball game. Hey. All right, and Brian Shaw will come in to pitch the 8th inning, or 7th inning. And he will face Kepler, Rosario, and Escobar. Okay. 6-10. That's to the center fielder. That is Naquin. He's a 4 and a 5, and I don't think that's going to do it. And he cuts it off in the gap, though, to hold Kepler to a single. And here is Eddie Rosario. 2-9, and that's a strikeout. So Shaw takes care of Rosario. Here's Eduardo Escobar. They are not holding Kepler on. 6-10, another center field chance. Here's Naquin again. That might be a triple. And it is. It gets past them and goes all the way to the wall. And then Kepler comes all the way around to score. And this is an 11-6 ball game. And we will have Dan Otero and Jeff Manship loosening in the pen. 6-3. That's to the left fielder. That's a little bit more reliable. Hopefully, here's Abraham Almonte. 9. I don't think that's going to get it done. Nope. He is an E7, so he will need a 7 to 11 to make the play, but a run would score. It's a 6. E7. Run scores. And we now have an 11-7 ball game. And are we going to get Otero in? No. So runner on second with 1 out. And that's to the left fielder, Naquin. 14. Still not going to get it done. Base hit. Run scores, and it is now an 11-8 ball game. And Brian Shaw is being pulled. And Dan Otero will come into the game. Unbelievable. Actually, no, we're going to have Manship come in the game. We're saving Otero for the 8th, if we can do it. So. All right, so Brian Shaw only able to get 1 out, partially thanks to some shoddy defense. 6-5, and that's a strikeout. So Manship gets the 2nd out of the inning. And here's Robbie Grossman. 3-5, and that's a strikeout. So Manship comes in and slams the door, what Shaw could not do. However, the Twins score 3 more. And the score after 7 innings, the Indians 11 and the Twins 8. So this has gotten to be a lot closer. Taylor Rogers, will he come out for the 8th? Yes, he will, because I am almost out of pitchers. Neil Ramirez and Michael Tonkin loosening in the pen. And here's Abraham Almonte. 6-4 to the 3rd baseman. That's Nunez. He's a 3. And a 4, I don't think that'll get the job done. No, it just squeaks by for a base hit. And here is Yan Gomes, who has hit 2 home runs on the day. And we're going to get Tonkins ready when needed. 5-6, and that's a strikeout. And here is Carlos Santana, who is 1 for 3 with the day with a walk. 5-5 against a righty. That's a fly ball to center. That is caught by Santana. And that's 2 away. And here's Jason Kipnis. 1-10 against the lefty. That's a ground ball to second base. And the Twins bullpen has done a fantastic job giving up 1 hit since the Gomes home run in the 5th. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Indians will make a change. They got... So, Abraham Almonte, let's see here. Rajai Davis, doesn't matter. No. Okay, so Rajai Davis will come into the game for Tyler Naquin to give him a little bit better defense. And he will play center field. 8th. And he will take over in his spot in the order. So, sorry, Tyler, you got to play a little bit better defense there. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and Manship will come out and face Vargas, Dozier, and Kepler. We will have Dan Otero loosening in the pen. 5-5 against the lefty. That's a strikeout. So Manship has come on, and the 3 batters he's faced struck them all out. And here's Brian Dozier. 4-5. Make it 4 in a row for Manship. And here is Max Kepler. 1-6. That's a ground ball to first. We meant to bring in Otero, but Manship says, I want to go, and he went. So that helps out. Bottom of the 8th, and we go to the top of the 9th. We will bring in Michael Tonkin to pitch the... Actually, let's see here. Switchy. All right, we're going to have Tonkin come in. Okay. And here is Francisco Lindor. 6-7. Against the lefty, that's a strikeout. So, guy doesn't usually do well against lefties. Gets one here. And here is Mike Napoli. 1-8. Ooh, just missed one. Ground ball to the third baseman. That's 2 away. Cody Allen is loosening in the Indians bullpen to close out this game. He didn't think after the 3rd inning that he'd be loosening for a safe situation, but he was. 4-11 against the lefty. That's a strikeout. So Michael Tonkin comes in and for once has a good outing. And we go to the bottom of the 9th with the score, the Indians 11 and the Twins 8. And we will take Shaw out, our Manship out, and we will have Cody Allen. Oops. Talking Allen. Okay. Cody Allen will face Rosario, Escobar, and Suzuki. 5-5 against... And Eddie Rosario... That ball is high, deep, and gone. And the Twins take this to an 11-9 ball game. And here's Eduardo Escobar. 2-8. That's a strikeout, so... Escobar goes down swinging, and here's Kurt Suzuki. 2-7, and Suzuki with a chance to get on base with a double. So the Twins bring the tying run to the plate with Danny Santana for 7. Against the lefty, that's a walk. So the Twins now bring up Eduardo Nunez with runners on first and second. They will not hold any runners on. For 10, that's the center field, and this time it's Rajay Davis in center field. He is a 3. And a 17. Boy, I wish we'd have got some of them when... Let's see how this will work here. 3 and a 17. That is a deep fly ball. It is caught, but both runners will move up and move up a base. So now the Twins have the tying runs in scoring position with Robbie Grossman coming to the plate. Three, 4. And Grossman strikes out with runners in scoring position to tie the game. Oh, and the Indians breathe a sigh of relief as they win this one 11-9. Another exciting game here on the Tribe Fan 879 channel. And wow, and the Twins lose, but once again, give them credit. They fight till the end. All right, so I guess the best way to describe this is, well, the Twins starting pitching was about as bad as the Indians bullpen was late, but What are you going to do? Star of the game. I'll say Yan Gomes for the Indians with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. For the Twins, Eduardo Escobar at a triple. Danny Santana with a home run. You know what? I'll give it to the bullpen for the Twins. After they gave up 3 runs, but after the Gomes home run in the 5th, they only allowed 1 hit, allowing them to get back in the game. So that's my fun for the game. And so the Indians eke out an 11-9 win. That puts the Twins at 36-55 after 91 games. And the next series will be against the Detroit Tigers. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and just close this game out. Whatever games you are playing, either via PC or Cards and Dice, may your dice be lively and your rolls be good. Also, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button and click that bell icon. You'll be notified in my next video. And have a good night, everybody.